mode over President Biden's chances come November. Today, the first sitting Democratic member of Congress called on Biden to step aside as others are calling the race for Donald Trump, including a Democrat who represents a rural district, one who flipped it from a Republican seat to a Democratic seat. That's Washington State Rep. Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez.
Truth, I think, is that Biden is going to lose to Trump.
I agree. I totally agree.
I know that's difficult, but I think the damage has been done by that debate.
And what we are hearing from sources tonight makes clear that lines like this from the White House and top Democrats aren't cutting it.
It was a bad performance.
He had a bad night.
A bad night.
It was a bad night.
A bad night.
He had a really, really bad night.
Thursday night was a bad night.
Now, I should note the White House is at least taking some of that advice that I mentioned earlier. President Biden is scheduled to do his first sit-down, in-depth interview this Friday. And it comes as a new CNN poll, though, might add to the pressure to do something unscripted sooner. The latest numbers show that most in his party believe the best chance for Democrats to win is with someone not named Joe Biden at the top of the ticket. There's even a noticeable shift in how big-name allies of the president's, like former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Congressman Jim Clyburn of South Carolina, how they're talking about this race tonight.
Let us not make a judgment about a presidency on one debate. I
always wondered what it would be like if Trump had had the performance that Biden had, and Biden had the performance that Trump had. Would they be saying the same thing? I wonder what the news would be like. The news flash, breaking news.
I think it's a legitimate question to say, is this an episode or is this a condition?
Stay the course. Chill out.
My opinion on Nancy, by the way, she herself needs to she's done. Too old. Sorry. She needs to go.
Chill out.
This party should not in any way do anything to work around
Come on, brother.
Ms. Harris. We should do everything we can to bolster her, whether it's in second place or at the top of the ticket.
Of course, the Harris that Clyburn is referencing there would be the vice president, Kamala Harris. A vice president that I should note the White House press secretary could not even say today whether or not Biden has spoken to her since the debate last Thursday, 5 days ago. For her part, Harris had this to say tonight.
Look, Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again, period.
Are you ready to lead the country if necessary?
I am proud.
See, this is my problem with the Democratic Party. This whole idea of, let's stick together no matter what. We can't even believe anything they say anyway. I don't. I do not believe anything they say. It's just all talks. They have a game plan. I'm not even sure if this all happening was not the plan all along. Everything just seems so shady. And to wonder why independents like me have a problem. Lean into their side. Time to figure out what we want to do here. We're voting in November. We still don't know who the Democratic candidate is. And they keep saying it's Joe. Even Joe doesn't think it's Joe. So who is it? I guess we'll find out. I guess we don't know until we know. It's just really sad. And to think that they're just going to slide that performance and make it seem like just a one-time performance. No, it's been ongoing for a long time. It's just a point where they cannot defend Joe Biden on stage. And the reality has come out. And now they can't do anything. So they have to live with it.
Proud to be Joe Biden's running mate.
Tomorrow, President Biden will come face-to-face with some of his biggest surrogates in the nation, Democratic governors. Many of them have been out on the airwaves Several of them, including my next guest here tonight, are being discussed, though, openly as potential replacements on the ticket if, and I should put the emphasis on if, it comes to that. And joining me now is Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who is a member of President Biden and his campaign's National Advisory Board. And Governor, it's great to have you here on The Source. When it comes to this, have you personally heard from President Biden since the debate last Thursday night?
I have not spoken with people in the campaign, but not with the president.
That's kind of surprising, given obviously you are a member of the campaign. You're in the state that's hosting the Democratic convention come August. Are you surprised that you have not heard from him directly?
Yeah, I think it's important for the president to talk to not just the leaders of the Democratic Party across the board, but generally the nation. And so I'd like to hear more from him, and I think that he intends to do more of that.
What would you like to hear from him? I mean, there's word that he's called Democratic governors to meet potentially as soon as tomorrow. Is that true? And if so, what do you want to hear from President Biden right now?
Well, it is true that there's going to be a discussion tomorrow. There was a discussion yesterday among governors. It was all fairly positive conversation, people expressing themselves and of course, talking about what they'd like to hear from the president, what they think the strategy ought to be going forward. And I think everybody wanted to be able to express that to the president directly. And that's why Governor Walz, who heads the Democratic Governors Association, asked for the opportunity, and the president was readily willing to do it.
I mean, what are you going to say to President Biden? Because we are seeing, the first sitting Democratic lawmaker say that he should drop out of the race today. We're hearing concerns from other Democrats, even if they're still backing him. I mean, what do you want to say to him tomorrow?
It's not going to tell you.
Well, look, first of all, I think that there's a healthy discussion going on within the Democratic Party. We're not a cult like the MAGA Republicans.
Enough of that. That's not the question. Answer the question. It just shows how chaotic the party is. We're voting in November. You guys don't know what to do. And you're running all over the place, all confused. Because you never have a plan. And that's reflective of what's going on. You don't have a plan. You don't know what to do. And you're going to keep spinning the story around and keep throwing it to the other party and saying they're the problem. How does this have anything to do with the Republican Party? This is chaos within the Democratic Party. What has that got to do with the Republican Party? I'm an independent. I could care less about the other party right now. I want to know what you have so I can look at both parties and make my decision. This is the one thing they do in the Democratic Party that I do not like. They never answer the question, and they keep pushing everything and blaming on the Republican Party when the question is about the Democratic Party. So annoying, so cryptic, so shady.
We tolerate dissent, and we think it's good for democracy to have this conversation. And for me anyway, my word is my bond. I honor my commitments. Joe Biden is going to be our nominee unless he decides otherwise. And so I think that there's a healthy conversation that will happen with the president, I hope, expressing what he intends to do going forward in the campaign and reassuring everybody that this is the right course to make sure that we stay the course with him.
Well, it is.
That is so painful, though. They never answer the question. And they're always trying to dance around the whole thing and trying to, act like they think they're talking to fools. People are more mindful of what's going on now. People are smarter than what they can think. That's why things are not working out for them. This is pathetic. This is sad. It just annoys the heck out of me.
Is, of course, up to President Biden to make this decision. But you personally, what do you think? Do you think he should stay as the nominee?
Well, look, he's been terrific for my state. Remember, he rescued us from
Just
an
answer the
insurrection,
question.
and then from an economy that could have cratered,
Gracious.
and of course from a health crisis that killed too many people under Donald Trump. And then, he's done a lot to revive American manufacturing. And in my state, we've seen jobs and companies coming back to the United States and to Illinois. And of course, this is a president that stands up for women's rights and workers' rights. So,
Sir, that was not the question. Are you going to endorse him? Do you want him to stay in the race? Was the question. All this crap they talk about, like, people are getting sick and tired of it. People are sick and tired of it. Just answer the question, please. We have decisions to make. We're sick and tired of all this crappy talk and dancing around the question. You never answer the question, but you think you're talking. People are not fools. People have decisions to make.
I think very highly of the president, and that's why I've supported him. Again, I think that healthy discussion is good, and there'll be a result of that, leading into the convention.
Are you still supporting him now, though?
Yeah, I think that, again, he's our nominee. And so unless he makes a different decision, I'm on board and I'm supporting the president. Again, he's been good for the country. And remember what the contrast is. This is a despotic narcissist on the other side, and Donald Trump. And
Sir, as an independent, with that statement, you can't convince me. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me with that statement you're making. It's like this script you guys have written down that you keep going over and over again, keep spitting it out, and you want to expect people to just go with that. I am not one of those. I'm sorry. As an independent, I'm trying to make a decision here, but when you keep saying these things, it just annoys the heck out of me because I'm looking for value here. Where is the value add? What has Joe Biden done? That's what I want to know. What is he planning on doing? Stop pointing the finger. I already know what the other man did. I know what President Trump did. I know what Biden is doing. So I want to know what he's going to do or keep doing. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, the country, the economy was better under President Trump. So with this kinds of talks, it's not moving the needle. You guys need something better. And you're not doing that. I know you're politicians, but you got to be real with the people. People don't really care about all your politics. We care about the real stuff. How are the gas prices going to be lowered? How is the border going to be secured? How are we going to be safe? How are jobs going to be created? How are Americans going to be taken care of first before other people? But you guys are not doing that. You keep spinning the whole question you're being asked, even on CNN. Even CNN is sick and tired of the way you guys answer the questions. It's pathetic. It's sick.
And the Supreme Court just gave him even more power, potentially, with immunity from prosecution for things that I think we all know he's capable of doing. And he's a convicted felon and a adjudicated rapist, and he's a congenital liar. And I think the contrast, no matter what you think of the president's debate performance last Thursday, the contrast between these two is so great. And it's clear that, the most empathic president, at least in my lifetime, is Joe Biden.
One question that I'd like to ask this man, if he's been sincere, given their state of mind, President Trump, President Biden, their mental IQs, their state of minds, if both were the only two pilots left in this world to fly your plane, who would you pick to fly your plane?
is that clear? Because it doesn't look that way in polling. I mean, 3/4 of voters, U.S. voters in a new CNN poll say the Democratic Party would have a better shot holding the presidency in 2024 with someone other than President Biden at the top of the ticket. I mean, do you agree with that, or are the voters wrong?
He's going to lie. Watch.
Well, I think that's why President Biden needs to communicate more. We haven't heard a lot from him since the debate, and that's why the polls look as they do. I think that when you come off a bad debate, you need to remind people why you're the right guy to elect. And I know that.
What are you reminding me of? The flop that you did on the debate? I mean, I don't even understand what he's saying. You mess up, and then you come back to reminding people that I am the guy. Of course, you are the guy that messed up. What else do you want to say? What is this guy saying? Where are these people from?
Joe Biden will do that over the next couple of weeks. At least I expect him to. Or he'll make a different decision. And I think that's, again, this is a healthy conversation for us all to be having. And I think that the president needs to communicate to everybody, once again, why he's the right guy.
You keep talking about a healthy discussion. I mean, have you heard from other Democratic governors who do believe that he should drop out of the 2024 race?
No, nobody said that. There was, again, we had a call the other day, yesterday, actually.
I'm sorry, I cannot believe this guy. They've been talking behind closed doors. We all know that's going on. Van Jones has mentioned that before. A whole host of people that came on CNN have said that before. So don't listen to this guy. He's just playing politics now, and it's just so annoying. If only they could come out and be very honest with the people, and that's what people really want. Just be honest with us. Let's know what's going on so we can make informed decisions.
In which people just expressed that they wanted to hear more from the president, that they certainly were concerned about the debate performance, but they just want to make sure that this is the right direction and that the president reassures them. I have not heard any of the governors express that, he's not the right guy. It's just that I think there are questions that got raised by that debate. And hopefully that's just a one-off situation that the president can rectify by letting everybody know, once again, all the great things that he's done for working families across America.
And that's the problem. They keep saying he needs to let us know what he has done. But we cannot see what he has done that benefits the American people directly or indirectly. And that's the problem. Again, I'll say this and I'll wrap this up. Please put your comments in the comment section below. If Joe Biden, and I have nothing against Joe Biden, I think he's a decent man. I just have a problem with his leadership and the way he's allowing himself to be used. That's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with Joe Biden. I think he's a decent man. He's been a 2-term vice president and a 1-term president. Even though I know there's videos about Kamala Harris, but honestly, I don't even know where to really place her because she's not competent, in my opinion. I cannot see myself voting for Kamala Harris. The one thing that she was asked to do, amidst other things, but the one major thing, root cause analysis. I am still waiting for that report. Root cause analysis of the border crisis. We still don't have it. Please ask her to provide that before she decides to do anything else. I'm not aware of anywhere where someone gets a promotion without providing the report on prior tasks. This is blowing my mind right now. So I think Joe Biden, again, the only reason I think this is becoming a topic, it's not really the debate. I don't really think it's the debate. It's the fact that he hasn't done a good job. His administration has not done a good job. If everything were where it needs to be, things are running well. Believe you me, that's everybody will be on the same page. Oh, he's just older. That's fine. It's okay. But it's more than that. He hasn't done a good job. And that's the problem. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. About to wrap this up. Thanks for stopping by. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be coming back with more pieces. Always remember that we got one life with many seasons. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.